Neil Carlson here with Joshua Batts, the fella involved in the incident in Walmart Sunday evening. I guess just explain to folks what happened when you were leaving the store.
Okay, it started before I had left the store. I was at the self-checkout, and I was ringing up my items, and I had rung up one loaf of bread, and then I rung up the other one. And so the lady at the island there, we'll say, she came over to me and she's like, "Sir, you didn't pay for something in your bag." And I said, "Okay." So I was looking at the list of stuff, and I went through it, and I saw that the bread hadn't been paid for, and she's like, "You need to pay for your bread." And I was like, "All right, that's fine." I was already past that point. I was to the pay screen. So I took the bread out of my bag, and I put it on the cooler next to the register there. And then I started to walk out. And as I was walking out, I noticed that lady was having some kind of commotion behind me. She was trying to get a manager, and they were chasing me out the store. And I had a pretty good idea at that time what was going to happen. And he asked me, "Sir, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I said, "No, thank you." He said, "I need to talk to you for a minute." And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't have time for that." And he said, "Well, then I would like to look in your bag and look at your receipt to make sure you got everything." And I said, "Oh, I don't want to do that either." And he then told me that he'd like me to wait there until he could have another manager come up. And I said, "Okay." So I waited around. That lady, she came to the front of the store where I was at, and Jim Anderson was telling her what was going on. And I asked because I asked if I was being accused, and they said, "No, you're not being accused of anything." I said, "Okay, well, if I'm not being accused of anything, then why are you chasing me out of the store? Why do you need to look in my bag, and why do you need to look at my receipt?" So the lady then, I told her, "You don't have any permission to go through my stuff. You have no right to go through my stuff." I said, "I paid for my stuff. I should be able to go." The lady said that she needed to look through my stuff, and she had the right to look through my stuff. And I told her, "Well, if you're going to look through my stuff, then I'm going to record you, because you have no right to go through my stuff." And I started recording, and that's where it started, and where the video ended, that's where it ended. And after she had knocked the phone out of my hand, she made a really smart alecky response, and she said, "Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And as her and Jim Anderson were leaving, they both turned around and were smiling and laughing because it was funny to them. Yes, I talked to an officer. He came to my house, I'd say maybe an hour and a half after the incident, and he had cleared me of any wrongdoing. He said he saw on camera me make a mistake and put the bread over where on the cooler, because I was not paying for it. He cleared me of any wrongdoing, but he also told me I am going to be banned for a year.
Yes, you are.
So if you want to be an idiot, you can go ahead and be an idiot.
Yeah, Okay. Anything else?
Oh, no. I'm sorry.